This is an extract from chapter 1 of Eric Appleby Zero to Hero. So this is Eric's first adventure. And the story starts off at Eric's school, at Lincoln School. All the children are out on the playground, and it then looks at Eric. So this is an extract from chapter 1, Eric Appleby Zero to Hero. Every child appeared to be enjoying their 15 minutes of freedom away from the classroom and the chance to take in the fresh air, despite the day being cool and somewhat chilly. Everyone, that was, apart from one young boy who was tucked away at the end of the yard, sitting alone on a muddy footprint-covered bench. He cut a lonely, isolated figure, and his brown, greasy hair blew in the gentle breeze as he sat with his arms tightly folded. The metal zip of the boy's parka coat was pulled right up to his chin so that he could play with it between his chapped, sore-looking lips. A dot-to-dot puzzle of scattered freckles covered the pale, nearly translucent-looking skin on his face. Heavy black rings below his eyes were evidence of too many late nights and a distinct lack of quality sleep. Daydreaming and staring into oblivion, he was rhythmically swinging his black shoes back and forth, scuffing the heavily worn soles on the tarmac. The gaping holes in the knees of his trousers demonstrated the daily battering they had endured since they'd been purchased many months ago from the charity shop in town. The fact that they sat hoisted high above his sock tops signalled they were now clearly a few sizes smaller than this lanky 11-year-old actually required. Unfortunately, the chances of him getting a new pair anytime soon were slim to non-existent. Eric Appleby was different to everyone else, or at least that was how he was made to feel by his peers at Lincoln. While others played happily among their friendship groups, Eric lived a solitary existence, blowing around life like a discarded crisp bag on a breezy day. He tried his best to make friends and talk to the other children, but it seemed that he wasn't cut out for friendships, and all his attempts had ended in failure. He didn't like sports, and that was a major stumbling block. He had no clue what to say when a conversation started up about football, and unfortunately 99.9% of the boys in his class talked incessantly about kicking a ball around, or some blokes they had watched playing the game on television. Eric decided that if you didn't speak the footy language, it was virtually impossible to crack the friendship code. In fact, talking with others generally just wasn't Eric's thing, and he was left feeling awkward and out of place. "There's no company as good as your own," his dad constantly advised him, clearly from first-hand experience, judging by his own lack of friends. Eric thought the advice seemed very reasonable, and despite his class teacher's best attempts to pair him up with most of the children in his class, he decided to keep himself to himself.